everyone, Yasin here, and welcome to another episode of Pointy Chins, where I take you through my art journey. So, I mentioned last month how I was sort of fighting, it felt like my styles are fighting between Pointy Chin style, which is more evident here, and it's basically the style I've been working on developing for the past 2-3 years now. I think about 2 years. And another style, and this is still, Pointy Chins, very much so, hair like this, and I still like it, still think it's cool, and then stuff more like this, where, see, the way I'm drawing is very different, there's a lot more shading here, it's not that this is what I like or anything, it's just a different style, different proportions, maybe more realistic, in some cases more caricatured, in some cases more abstract, stuff like this, which doesn't really make sense. And here's a K, but it's more, it's a different style. I mean, it's out of proportion. That needs to all be fixed. But other than that, yeah, very different, I mean, I hope you can see the difference. See, between these two? Like, boop, boop. And, yeah, going back, and I was thinking about her hair, and I realized, I don't really like her hair, the way it was. Or maybe I did, and maybe I just got sick of it from drawing it too much, and she just needed a new hairstyle. But I figured, okay, instead of just being unhappy with it, and it started more like this doesn't look like Kate, whatever, fine, but just the hair, where it's got like a shade side, and just experiment more with it. And I thought, first of all, I realized none of these really look like Kate. Maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one, but the rest, I really still suck at it. And I thought I preferred this hair, where in the back, it doesn't do this thing. See how it goes like towards the front and it gets higher and then it goes down. Instead, it just goes up more from the back and then comes down. So it's more of a simple shape, like this. See? Just a triangle. And then I thought, well, let me do the same thing for the shoes, because I'd been complaining, and if you've seen the last couple episodes of Pointy Chins, you'll see I was complaining about the shoes. So I decided first I'll draw the shoes as they are now, and what bothers me about them is, see, it ends in a straight, probably because they're too tall, and then it has this shape to it. It doesn't look bad to me when it's just from the side doing nothing, but when you have action poses, it looks kind of stupid. It gets really ridiculous and awkward. So I thought of different shoe designs. Didn't like this one, didn't like this one, didn't like this one. This one's just nonsense, but just playing around with it. Thought, what if it doesn't have like a heel at the back and it just sort of curves like this? What if it has some floating crystal thing? No. What if it has like this long back thing for stability? No, that doesn't seem to work. Again, things that just don't work. And then this one's like, yeah, maybe, like just shorten it and bring this down and then have this, inside it's got this sort of A shape. I don't know, I sort of think of it as like the letter A, if I put like a line there, it feels like that shape sort of. And it's like, okay, I don't hate that. And then I angled this, so instead of here, it goes at this curve, following the heel. Instead it went at this curve against the direction of the heel, and it seemed more sharp that way, so it's like, okay, stick with that, and put it on, and it's like, yeah, I guess I'm not like super happy, but whatever. Again, different styles on the same page. And then I thought, let me try and do some studies of Sakimi-chan, because I think she has very good eye-catching compositions. Like, my eyes tend to focus on her compositions a lot, so it's like, okay, let's just see if I can learn anything. But I didn't really feel like I was learning a whole lot, so I went back to doing stuff from imagination, Chasse being a cat, and trying to do some dynamic poses. Again, stuff like this is just slipping out more, these random little things. So I'll have like styles like this, but it's getting more scribbly here. And again, I'm allowing it to get more scribbly, but it does seem a lot more messy on the page. And then going back to more of a pointy chin style. Here's the hairstyle I was talking about in a larger size, and this does look more like K. Just boop, goes up and then goes down instead of having this very drastic curve. It feels nicer for me anyway. I didn't like this alien. I thought I'd do some other space waiters or waitresses or aliens, and yeah, hated this one. This one didn't seem very good, but I like this chicken one, and then this one seems okay. And I thought this one, maybe he has an upside down face and he puts a hat on to hide that he has an upside down face. This one seems fine. This one, he has a face on his tongue and he sticks his tongue out, but otherwise he looks really like fishy, like nothing, just like a fish, sort of neutral. And then this one, I started doing like a handsome guy here. See, it's like trying to do like a more a guy, and then I didn't like him and it wasn't working, so it's like, oh, let's just do this. And instead of an ear, I gave him this secondary twin, what do you call it? I don't know, it's just a thing growing out of him, and then his arm is here, but his hand is just the ear. So when he wants to, when this guy wants to hear, this guy gets offended that people talk to him and not him. And so he'll say, yeah, listen, you talk to me. And he puts his hand out and talking to here, which is his ear. And stupid ideas. Okay, so more into this scribbly, getting weird and different, and more of these random abstract stuff. Sad. Everyone's sad. Everyone's getting sad and depressed and annoyed, I guess. It's got a weird shape. But again, I figure, don't fight it, just go through it. What's the worst that's going to happen? This is going to take a month or two, or maybe even 3 months of just being lost, but eventually you're going to find yourself. And when you do, this is going to be good. Like, this is all just breaking apart, but that's not the end of the world. It doesn't end there. If you see it through, you can get to the part where you rebuild and then have a stronger end product. So yeah, just drawing guys and I don't know, strange creature. Looks orcish. And then here I actually went to Vancouver for a visit for 10 days, and Flavia got to meet my family for the first time and whatever. So that's that. So drawing different characters. This one's okay. This one I like as well. It feels very nice how it's pushed very horizontal. I like that, where you get very strong shapes, as opposed to this guy who's very vertical, This probably more black sketchbooky stuff, abstract, and what the heck? What the heck? That's what I say. I say, what the heck? And yeah, more faces. Rawr. I don't know what's going on. Just more faces. And then this was inspired by Bob Meatbag, because since I went to Vancouver, I got to spend time with Bob Meatbag, who lives in Vancouver. So this is he would draw this like clown character thing with sharp spike eye things, and I thought, okay, let me take on that. And ended up doing this guy as well, and then this thing, which is just weird, and this thing with these horns and ribbons and no bottom jaw. And then Flavia was watching this Alice in Wonderland ballet by the Royal Opera House in London, I think, and then I was watching parts of it with her and drew some of the people. This is the Red Queen, I think. And then just other stuff was just from my own head, drawing guys. I would say at this point the style is pretty different than the Pointy Chins. And here it's continuing, but it's starting to stabilize as one thing. It's not as messy on the page anymore. It's not scribbles everywhere. And trying to draw a different proportion. My friend Bob Meatbag told me to think of, like, draw the head and then draw the body right away, and as a whole thing. And I was trying to do that, and I think it helps. It helps to get the body and the head with a relationship as much faster, and I think that's good to always establish relationships to things. For instance, if you just have like a head and then you think of it as a head, and then you stick on a neck and you think of it as a neck, and you stick on the body and you're just thinking of these as individual parts, it's harder to get them correct because they're not related to each other. It's much better to actually think of the head and the neck and the body as one thing and relate them to each other. Here I was doing some studies from Haunt, Volume 2, Greg Capullo work, and drawing some of those and thinking like, well, yeah, I can't really do that, but it feels cool to play around with a different style sometimes and do studies. And then more scribbly stuff, strange, sharp creature guy. And working on my proportions and playing with them a bit, they're getting tall, and this one especially, like this sort of K version, the proportions are changing quite a bit in terms of how tall they're getting, but I'm not really liking it. I'm not happy with any of this. Let's just say it that way. I'm not happy, and I feel like it's going somewhere, but it's not there yet. So I'm very in the middle of things. And then this is a model I bought, a figurine, Blackheart from Hyperdimension Neptunia. I've never played the thing, but I saw the figure and it looked cool. And I had never bought any anime figures before, and it was expensive. But I thought, okay, let's just buy it because I really liked it, and I don't intend to buy like a ton of figurines or anything. But just ended up drawing her, and here more thumbnails and composition things. Here, I don't know what's going on, but it's like, there are parts of it that I kind of like, and this, things are all scribbly and breaking apart, but I know there's things like, I don't hate this. Still feel lost, but I don't hate it. And then getting more realistic again. And one thing that feels bad is I started doing more realism. Like, I always had a much more realistic style before, and then I wanted to get more of a style I liked, more anime, more pushed, or anime-esque, because I still wanted it to be my own. And I sort of got that, and then I was deviating from it, and it felt like, am I going backwards? I don't know. And so I'm drawing Kay here, but it's more realistic, and she looks more pissed off, which is sort of, again, a transformation. And I tried another Greg Capullo drawing, then I can just do my own stuff from now on. Not that I'll stop doing studies every once in a while, but just wanted to draw my own things. Scribbly, whatever nonsense. Here, again, very black sketchbook like, and I keep mentioning that. I'm sorry if that's annoying. I'm trying not to keep saying that, but yeah, very lost figures. And here's just some random drawings. No real point, not really feeling anything. It's weird how I notice as I talk about some of these, I start to feel as sad as I was, like, because I did feel sad and I felt lost during these, and it's sort of coming through, like, oh yeah, I wasn't feeling good. I sort of remember that feeling. Very pushed armor dude here, and here, sad person. And here, playing around again with shapes, and again, K-ish I don't really consider it cake because it doesn't really look like it to me, but just stuff, abstract, graphic-y, design-y stuff. More of that. And yeah, I don't know. Not really sure. But it is going somewhere. Like, it does, like, on the page, see, the proportions are sort of changing, but they're sort of merging a little bit with the Pointy Chins thing. It's like, it's going somewhere. So, yeah. That's good that it's going somewhere, I guess, even though, yeah, I don't like this, I don't like this. This one, actually, I think is okay, because it looks like it's got gesture and it feels like it has energy and life. And this one seems kind of nice. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Next month, it should be getting better. You know, things, I mean, even in this month, it is starting to get better in terms of like this dark period. But yeah, stick around for that. And I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.